Welcome back, folks, to our Wii U live stream. We're still trying to figure out this fucking internet thing.
Yeah, we apologize.
Terrible. Yeah.
This is way more on our end than anything to say about the Wii U.
Well, we think. You know, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was working. It was working.
It was working. It was working.
At 10 a.m. when I was at my house, I updated Nintendo Land, put it in my bag, came in here. So.
Well, also, we've had it,
we've had the Office Wii U.
That same Wii U
has connected to this network before.
Yeah, it's been on our Wi-Fi all week. It seemed fun.
So we're fiddling around. So the new thing we're trying is there's a bunch of connection guides and stuff for kind of like piping through gateway information and all sorts of stuff to get like a 3DS or other gear working on this kind of shared network setup. So Patrick's going to create a Wi-Fi network
which I did,
off of this, which is again called Patrick Klepek. He's going to connect to it with his laptop to find the IP range and other information that he needs, which you'll find out of that netstat out of that terminal window, right?
Hopefully.
And then he'll punch it in manually to my Wii U.
And then it will all catch on fire.
It'll all catch on fire, and it'll be Big Inferno. Fuck what you heard about a Little Inferno. Yeah. So,
Inferno Gigante.
Do you have a chat up back there? Anyone?
I got. Well, I had it.
All right. Well, it's,
No, this computer doesn't work.
That computer doesn't work. Great. Nothing fucking works, man.
Am I back on the internet? Let me see if I'm back on the internet with
I
this chat.
can load up chat while.
I'll grab my laptop. I don't give a fuck, man.
So many laptops.
We got all these laptops.
I don't know if anything's working now.
So, Brad, what do you need me to do anything else other than just supplying that Wi-Fi network?
Hang on.
You should just need to supply that Wi-Fi network. You shouldn't need to actually do anything.
You didn't put a password on it, right? I don't think your network is working.
There was no password on it when I tried to connect to it from the Wii. I'm looking at it. All right, I'll try connected to it. Let's go. Let's rush this thing.
Yeah, it's not. I'm on it, but I've got no connection.
Let me try a different port over here. Maybe this port. Sure, this port's working.
No, but I can browse the internet on my computer.
Yeah.
So internet is piping through.
It's just not piping out.
I don't know what that means.
You're in a no Wi-Fi zone.
All right, I have done this successfully before from my laptop. Do you want me to try it from here?
Yeah, that's how we used to get 3DSs online in here.
Does it matter? Does the channel matter?
No.
Probably
There's
not.
no security. All right, you try.
This is a good time.
Yeah. Thanks for bearing with us.
All right, turn Wi-Fi off. And then go to sharing. Let me make sure that I am still on the internet here. Okay, I am still on the internet. Okay, share to computers. Internet sharing. Turn Wi-Fi on. All right, see if you see a network called Go Time and tell me if it has any sort of password on it or not.
I don't currently see.
There it is.
I see it.
I'm still accessing the internet. Can you access the internet?
It's connecting. Trying to connect. Trying to connect. Cannot connect.
Well, that's weird. Because I've done that from hotels and such before.
Right. I'm starting to suspect it is all about some weird quirks of the internet here.
Yeah.
I got on with the exclamation mark.
All right. Yeah.
That's no connection.
You're right. It probably is
Essentially.
something about the stuff here. All right. Well, we're not going to be able to do that then without doing.
I'm gonna keep working on it.
Okay. Then I will leave Wi-Fi turned on and shared.
All right. I don't think I probably won't use that, but that's fine.
Well, you'll probably need to.
Hang on.
To be more likely to get it to work, you probably spoof the MAC address. If you enter the MAC address of this machine, would that work? Anyway. Why don't we play some Batman?
Yes! Let's play anything.
Yeah.
Wait! It connected.
What?
What did
it connect to?
Did you get 2 green check marks?
Yeah, he did.
Shit.
What is
Don't say anything. Just don't.
Wait, did it connect to test?
Do
What
not
did
say.
it Nobody touch anything.
Patrick is flying through the internet.
All right. It says please wait.
We're waiting. Yes, we're on.
All right.
We did it.
Yes, this is what it looks like when you connect to the internet on your Wii U.
Man, that's pretty extreme. All right, so you're not connected to my laptop, right? I
No,
can
it's
close
connected to GV test.
What? Are you serious?
So try it on that one now.
Wait,
Yeah, try it on that one and break it. Cool.
did you punch anything in manually?
No.
You just did the
Let's
standard.
let's very quickly put Call of Duty in and play that while the internet works, because that's the one we probably don't want to play unless we can see what this internet stuff looks like.
All right. So it just started working for no apparent reason.
I decided before we went through, like, I'll just do a connection test one more time. It went through.
Just goes to show, if at first you don't succeed,
Then what? Then what after that?
throw your Wii U in the trash.
Throw it
do
into
that.
your own little inferno.
All right. How do
You have to just.
how do I make games go on this thing?
Xbox, start.
Okay. Preparing update.
So this is what it. As soon as it connects, it doesn't inform you there's a patch available. It just starts applying the update. But we will get a prompt that says start software. And if you didn't want to wait for the patch, say like Mario, which you just want to play with friends.
Yeah. Great.
And there's nothing you can do while a patch is being applied. So it is. You were stuck at that screen.
We didn't think this through. We were going to go play games, and now we're not going to play games.
What are you patching right now?
Call of Duty.
Aha.
Well, let's see.
All right.
Let's see the size of the patch.
Oh, they actually tell you?
No, but you can kind of guesstimate like how much long. Like the time fluctuates for about a minute, and then we'll settle down.
This patch is 1,800 blocks in size.
All right, this one looks like it's going.
We should be able, we can
Yeah,
wait.
this one doesn't. This doesn't
It's
look
gonna
too bad.
take
Yeah.
a minute or two.
That's not so
It's
bad.
weird to think of Nintendo games with patches. Period. You know.
Yeah, last night it updated Mario Brothers, which has a version number in the corner.
Yeah.
And it went from version 1.0.0 to version 1.1.0, and it's just weird to see a Nintendo game
Right.
with a version. Even though there are patches now, I still thought they would hide that.
Yeah,
stuff.
like not surface the number or whatever. Yeah.
It's right in there. The internet's right in there. I put a
12
little.
seconds. That's not true at all.
That could be minutes. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, the time estimations are not accurate.
Maybe it is.
Last night, when no more than what 1,500 Wii U's could have been trying to do the update all at once, and it
Sure.
was still sluggish. 90 minutes.
Yeah, that number's going up now.
Yeah, I think that's minutes.
That's minutes. So, do we have Call of Duty in the other one, or no? This is
No,
patching.
this
Yeah.
is patching.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Brad was the other one able to connect.
I didn't try it yet, but you know what? Our super fast, like, main protected special Wi-Fi is also acting real weird right now. So,
Maybe there's just internet funkiness.
I don't know if the internet room exploded in this building or
We have
what.
had just internet
Yeah, it's been piss poor
jammed
lately.
up in this building for a
yeah.
week or two now.
We waited this long through this patch. We should probably just see this patch through.
I mean, I want to see an
So do I.
online game on
So
the
do I.
Wii U more than anything else.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the Wii U version of Black Ops 2 other than like in an academic capacity, but I need to know.
I think
Play
I'll
it.
play through. Like I want to play Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
I think I'll play through the single player on Wii U just to see.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
If I'm gonna play it anywhere, I might as well play there. I don't play multiplayer, so.
I was afraid to try it. I will
Try
try
it.
All right.
I'll see if it disconnects this one, then we'll be back at square one. What's the worst that could happen to me?
All right.
This is compelling internet. I don't know what the fuck you're complaining about. This is it, man.
Live internet.
That's what we came in on Sunday for.
Yeah.
All right. You search for networks. You picked GB test, correct?
Well, it was already preloaded onto that, so I just loaded up.
You didn't punch in anything manually. Is what
No,
I'm
I
saying.
loaded up GB test and I
Okay.
said test connection.
All right, trying it.
And I didn't tell anyone I was doing it 'cause I didn't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
Now you've just described it in detail while you're in the middle
so
of trying
you've
to
been
patch
playing a
this
bunch
other thing.
of Zombie U. You've been working on it for review.
Yes. I'm almost done, I think, with the single player. I saved it at a spot where I think we can explore the world without me doing the end game
We'll
stuff
play
yet.
a little bit more of it a little later here. There's a quick look up on the side. But, I mean, what do you think of it? It sounded like...
I think it's awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they made a game within the scope of what you can accomplish for a launch product, scaled accordingly, and made something really interesting that has great use of the gamepad, incredible atmosphere, and some of the knocks I'm seeing against it are that it's sort of mechanically not terrific, which up front, when I first started playing with it, I completely agreed with.
Yeah.
But then in the context of you are these, it worked.
Double success.
All right, great.
Here's your Lion King moment.
Now drop it. It actually seems pretty sturdy.
I don't know.
You probably could drop it.
Both of these things just started working. No idea.
There must have just been some finicky stuff on the net.
Which that'll be good because now we can start the firmware updating on this and have double bars going.
So do we want to show it? In fact, it's first thing it pops up. I don't know. If
yeah.
First thing it pops up is
connect to the internet and perform an update to the Wii U console. We're gonna start this going. We're gonna commit to double update bars, Vinny.
Fantastic.
Launch day excitement!
It is. I'm glad they got the day one patch out,
Yeah.
but the madness this creates as a result is really unfortunate.
yeah.
Well, especially because it's like I don't begrudge them a day one patch, but the fact that the day one patch contains what seemed like pretty significant piece of functionality.
A lot of the stuff that, in terms of Nintendo making its leaps forwards in terms of online functionality, are critically important in this update.
Yeah.
Does Zombie U have any sort of online stuff in it that you still need to try out?
The reason I couldn't even commit to review other than just having not finished it yet was your friends populate the world when you're playing Zombie U. So like when you die in Zombie U, it has a very Dark Soulsian where your corpse is there, all your equipment's there. If you die on your corpse run, all your equipment disappears.
Yeah.
So it's critical you try and get to that, get all your stuff back, because you get very little equipment in the game. Your friends, when they die, if you're playing at the same time as them and then die in the world, their corpse stays in the world. So I think what that means, I haven't actually had a chance to test it out, but that like if you're playing at the same time, you die in an area, you can go back and try and get your equipment, but I can also try and go get your equipment too. So we exist in the same world without actually seeing each other in the world. But if you die, then you come into my world. If I die, I come into your world as a zombie. So then if you kill me or I kill you, then you're able to grab all that equipment. And that, if that works as I think it does, that's critical because you barely get any equipment in that game. So the idea that you would have more equipment from other players seems really awesome.
Right.
Now, does that mean, because this was kind of the crux of what they were showing of Zombie U at E3 this year.
Yeah.
Does that mean that basically you are trying to race against other players, or is it just populates out?
It just populates, so we'll see when we boot it up again. You'll see in the corner there'll be a little Nintendo Network icon with a number, and I think that number represents.
The connection with the console was lost, and now
it's back.
This number is going up on this other one. You see it is at 12 minutes.
Great, but the bar's still moving.
Yeah, it is. It is still moving. You're right.
Movement confirmed.
This one, the firmware update has not done shit.
This takes at least 20 minutes before that bar will move.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah, I saw a lot of
people
on on Twitter last night were freaking out that their console had bricked or something.
And do not unplug your console once you have started the update progress.
I don't know why anybody would do that.
Well,
what the fuck?
There have been people that they lost a server connection, which now makes me worried about this. But I guess on Nintendo's end, if they lost a connection, it would lose the update, and it did brick. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of solutions to this.
All right, well, we are fucking riding the lightning here.
Are we Are we dying? Is that what this is?
We gotta go on a corpse run.
This is too human too. The Valkyries come down.
Oh, I feel so much better.
They take us to update bar Valhalla. But overall, you like Zombie U. I mean, it seems like
really
some of the stuff has been mixed, so it's good to hear. That.
Yeah, like there aren't a whole lot of enemy types. The melee combat, which is purely a cricket bat, has no progression. So I've seen some of the things that people have been critical about it, but
hang on,
none of it bothered me.
I'm sorry if you addressed this already. Are you saying the cricket bat is the only weapon?
No, it's the only melee weapon you have. Yes.
What?
There are no knives, no swords, no
no rebar bent,
no 2x4.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's only the cricket bat, and you only have one move, which is overhead hit.
Huh.
So it's not like a Dead Island sort of thing where like you have like complete control over the swings, but it works out totally fine, at least I think, because the game requires such mechanical precision over the timing of, like, you can't like hold the swing up of the bat and then bring it down whenever you want. Like you have to time the lunge and the hit perfectly. And you want to be able to hit the head, not the shoulders.
Yeah. So it's a very deliberate motion.
I think the reason that it's only the cricket bat is because they want you to get really, really good at the cricket bat, because that is your base weapon, because you can use guns, but you're not going to want to use guns except when you have to use guns.
Okay.
So you want to just get really good and really come to understand the motions of the cricket bat. So I didn't have a problem with that.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll take a look at that a little bit later, someday. Tomorrow.
The progress bar is
all
moving,
these bars are full.
but it seems like the time's going up.
It's a paradox.
Yeah.
The Wii U has created a time paradox.
Brad, now you played the other two games that we are very close to reviewing.
Yeah. The reviews are effectively done.
Yeah, your two reviews are in the system. We just need to get the online going.
Yeah, so I didn't want to post those without seeing what the online features are, and Patrick's been playing Zombie U. So.
Right.
So you're saying people are seeing the review process right now?
Yes, we will live finish those two reviews.
That's how transparent Giant Bomb is.
As soon, yeah.
12 minutes now. So Mario, we did the quick look.
Yep.
I came away with it from it. Between that and from watching you play it, I came away with a very specific feeling about how I feel about that game.
The feeling was that you had to buy it alongside your Wii U this morning.
Yeah, the feeling was, A, fuck this game, and B, I bought a copy of it this morning.
I did the exact same thing.
Because I was, it's like you're in the store, you're there.
Yeah.
There are not that many games. Like all the other games I bought this morning, I bought Black Ops, I bought Assassin's Creed, and ESPN Sports Connection, and I bought all those because we needed them here. And I was like, well, I should have a game here for me. And what game's that going to be? There was already a copy of Zombie U on my desk, and Scribblenauts that are, that we have enough of them that I'll take those home and whatever.
And you're getting Nintendo Land with the system.
And I'm getting Nintendo Land with the system. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to get?
See, I didn't even have like the other games I was buying for the office. I was just standing there with the Pro Controller, and I'm like, wait, I'm just going to buy this console and go, all right, see ya. Like that,
That's you. That would just be you, committing to living in our digital future. Whereas so I ended up buying Mario, and I bought it, and I was like, what am I fucking doing?
I will say I really enjoyed watching you slide into this morning move last night on Twitter.
Yeah.
Where like you saw fully transparent the rationalization process that you were going to buy one, even though you didn't really want to.
I already knew I was going to buy one. It was just this. I knew I was going to end up owning a Wii U someday.
Right.
It's just not.
But it was the launch day fever.
Right. Yeah. And
were
it's
you
the
just
same.
like tossing and turning this morning, like, oh, I can't sleep.
I went to bed pretty early last night, and so I ended up calling the Best Buy around 9 o'clock. That was when I finally was just like, all right, fuck, god damn it.
Last night.
Yeah, last night, because I started hearing there were a couple people on Twitter saying that the lines are not long, like it's not that big of a deal. I was like, shit, I should really check into this. So I called up the Best Buy. They were doing a midnight opening, and I called and said, so what's the deal? If I come down there and get in line, would I get one? He said, there's a few people here, but we took pre-orders and they're all gone. I'm like, okay, well, good, great. I checked. I had my moment of weakness. I'm going to bed. Fuck it. I woke up at 6 in the morning. Eyes snapped open. And I was like laying there going, shit. And I already checked around. I knew that the Walmart opened at 6 and that the Target opened at 8. So I was already armed with that information. Grabbed my iPad, I'm like laying there, checked Twitter, and someone wrote back to me from the area saying, oh man, someone fed you bad information because people got in line at 10:45 that night at that Best Buy and got deluxes. I was like, shit. So looking at that and knowing that people were able to get in line that late, that's when I was like, I should just fucking get out of bed right now and go to the Walmart. They will have been open for less than an hour by the time I get there. Maybe I'll get one. If not, the Target is pretty close by. Cruise by there, see what the line is like. So I drove to the Walmart, got in there. They were all gone, but they apparently only got 4 white ones. And
So the deluxe seems to be the one that's more predominantly being shipped out.
I guess
Which
so.
makes
I mean,
sense.
why
But
wouldn't you
it
buy
sounded, it sounded like Walmart had not gotten any deluxes.
Oh.
They didn't.
Oh.
They didn't have those in stock. They only got 4 white ones, and they were all gone.
Weird.
So I bought Assassin's Creed and ESPN there because that's what they had. They didn't have Black Ops, and drove to the Target. And there were like 7 people clustered. You could tell, they had folding chairs, stuff like that. They had been there all night, and there were a couple dudes who clearly had not been there all night who had just rolled up. So I walk up to that crew and say, "Hey, what's up?" And it turned out that one of the guys was one of the guys that got the 4 from one of the 4 from Walmart, but he wanted a black one.
Yeah.
So he was there to try to get a black one, and like I said, there were 7 people there. I was number 8, and they had heard that from the manager that they had taken about 8 pre-orders, but they had 20 more, and most of them were black ones. So at that point, they were going to open in an hour. I'm like, cool, I will totally stand here for an hour and talk to these people about why they're buying a Wii U, in the hopes that or at least I will get that out of it, even if all the black ones are gone by the time they get to me. And then 3 more people showed up 10 minutes before opening. They all got black ones too.
Would you have bought a white one if that's all that was left?
No.
I think the white
one is a bad
I think
deal.
it purely exists as a price point measure, so they can say it's that low. But that because it's only a $50 difference,
Right.
that anybody that wants one, at that point you're willing to pay the extra $50, and they ensure that you get Nintendo Land.
Right.
Like I think it works out for Nintendo
And you get a stand. The
and
stand
the
does
consumer.
not come with the white one.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
What about the charge cradle?
no charge cradle,
What?
no stand in that
Dude.
white one, as far as I
So
can tell.
a white Wii U and a copy of Nintendo Land is $10 more.
Yeah,
than
than the
that
black
bundle.
one.
Yeah.
And you get so much extra stuff with that bundle.
It's pretty crazy.
It is crazy, not to get the
I think
bundle.
it's
And Nintendo Land is worth buying.
Yeah,
Like,
Nintendo
luckily,
Land is a
if
good
that was
game.
a bad game, then
Yeah.
it would be
cool.
some different math.
It is
but,
a neat little
But it's
thing.
one of the games, one of the few games to get here. So yeah, it was kind of cool talking to those guys. They seemed confused about why they were there, and a couple of people who had been there all night seemed. It is installing. The update is installing. It is not temporarily
We
disabled.
are temporarily
that is just
disabled.
I am definitely temporarily disabled.
That's not temporary.
Yeah, there were people there that weren't really sure why they were there. There were people.
This is
there
what you do. It's a new Nintendo
Right.
machine.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Exactly. And then the people who'd
I
been
did
there
my
all
part.
night.
It's been 6 years since a console came out.
Everyone there was super friendly, but there was a look in the eyes of the people that had been there all night.
Oh, just really
In the
upset
direction of the guy who had just come from Walmart where he had bought one, and me,
Hey,
who
Vinny,
later revealed that I had had access
not
to one
temporarily
for a couple of
disabled.
weeks.
We're no longer. We're installing.
We're temporarily disabled. We're permanently
We're not
disabled.
really sure of anything.
Vinny
at
got
the
too
moment.
caught up with his funny drawings.
So whatever, we all went in there, totally orderly. They handed out cards as we were walking in. There was just a woman there with a bunch of cards, and just everyone walked by and said, "Black one, black one, black one," and got cards for black ones.
Yeah, when I was biking in this morning, stopped by the Best Buy, they had white, and they only had white ones. So I could have gotten in line, gotten one.
Yeah.
I'm getting one tomorrow from GameStop, but I was like, well, I'll just send that one back if I can
Right.
find a black one this morning.
You know what the sad
Because you're
thing?
traveling. I mean, that's
I'm traveling on
that's the
Tuesday,
thing,
so I'm
is
just
you're-
trying to-
You're flying out of town.
I'm
So
like
it's-
fearful that UPS man's not going to hit the buzzer,
Yeah,
like,
right.
and then
Just
all of a
leave
sudden
it
I'm
on the
not.
street.
Well, more than that.
Just want to be clear, you're not trying to hoard them.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, but I'm going home to see a bunch of family, and the Wii was a huge hit with my family. So I wanted to try and have it as a test case just to
Right.
see,
Yeah.
does this generate anything close to that reaction, or is everyone just like, well,
Right.
I've got an iPad.
Yeah.
Which, like my mom has an iPad, like everyone's got one
the
of
game
those
has
now.
changed.
Yeah.
For sure. So.
The only sad thing about the white one to me is that the white one looks cool. I think.
It's a better looking
But,
machine.
but
for sure.
if you want the better package, you're getting the black one.
I don't know. All my other systems are black
Yeah, you're right.
at this point.
But whatever.
Once you go black console, you never go back console.
Damn.
Okay, under a minute.
Under a minute. That means it's going to take
Oh.
an hour.
Wait.
All right. All
Something
right.
happened. Oh!
The blackest of black ops.
The future is black.
The future is 32 gigabytes. I'm really curious to see what they even put on the screen for this.
I
while you're
wonder if
playing,
anyone has
it's-
managed to update in time in order to even be online for this.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, you know, midnight
someone has
sales, stuff like
prestiged.
that.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But
Someone's-
we should point out, like, you know, like the actors did not send us copies of this early because
Yeah,
there was a day one patch.
Yeah, they said copies of this would be showing up tomorrow, and that they had maybe been told something by Nintendo about patch availability that led to them thinking it would be okay to not send it out ahead of time.
Whose stylus do I have?
You have the one for the other. You have one for that one. For mine. Okay, so far this looks exactly like it looks.
The Wii U can do video compression.
Yeah.
My father.
This video here only shows the first time you boot the game up.
Yeah, it's weird.
They did that. They had something similar in Black Ops 1, but it was not as vital to you understanding some story stuff as it is here.
I mean, this is almost
Here
like
it's a lot of setup about the character and why he's angry.
I mean, this feels like this should be like when you hit new game, you should see this.
Yes. So I did not see
So,
this.
so like if you boot up first time, like, I'm gonna go get a drink and then come back.
Yeah.
You miss this.
You will have never known that it even existed.
It's not in the like in an options
Nope.
screen, right?
And can
If you go erase your saves and stuff and fire it up again and then pretend it's the first time, it will play it again.
Can you just hit start also to skip this?
I'm not sure. Yes, you can.
Hey, Brad, can you
So-
hand me that red drink?
Weird choice.
Okay, so on the bottom screen, I just have a button marked display, and I'm going to push that button and see what it does. Show the game on the touch screen, yes or no. Hold plus and minus to disable this display mode. Let's say no for now, and then see,
You want to see if it has any second
where it
screen
goes
stuff.
from here. David Mason says, deal with it.
Should have made you hold the pad up.
Right,
And
yeah.
line it up with your eyes.
Well, no, just the
Retinal
idea of
scan.
like it would look like the regular reality on the TV, but then when you hold the pad up, you would see the whole.
You want to hear the system
Augmented.
test noise?
Yes.
Whoa!
Holy shit!
Yeah. And it comes out of all your fucking speakers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I had to test the system. There's a system test, Vinny. Don't. All right, how do I accept? I guess I just hit A anywhere else. Okay. Stretch this safe area out. I hate that we do this for games now.
Yeah.
I hate that this is like not something that games just know how to deal with, or
to do this.
TVs know how to deal with.
Is there is there a technical reason why it's
Well,
there?
overscan.
Yeah, overscan and underscan on modern TVs is all over the place.
Like just for lack of standards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every manufacturer and even different models handle it differently.
I was trying to access the deep setup menu of my TV last week to mess around with some overscan stuff. I just couldn't get it to work. Like hold down multiple buttons and then it says K on the screen. I'm like, what does this even mean? So 20.0, that's the normal version, I think, before you connect online for the first time on all platforms. So let's hit Black Ops 2 Online.
I have a
Voice
question.
chat. Connect a headset at any time to chat with players. Player's voice will be heard from your speakers if a headset's not connected. All right. Emblems in theater. So this stuff is not in other versions of the game.
What?
The emblem.
The enable disable stuff for
Oh.
emblems in theater. Like this just seems like it's an extra step of like, hey, do you want to see user generated content? Yes or no?
Might be just a Nintendo
Yeah.
thing.
Are you easily offended?
All right. This looks like it. 209 people in playlist. Yeah, not a lot of people playing this right now.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you got to go through a 90-minute patch,
Right.
and then you got to patch this. It's like, is that what you want to do with this machine? Like the moment you first get it?
Or do you want to start playing strict NAT? Look at that, a Nintendo console telling us about NATs. How wild is that?
And it will be all. You can't play video games with that.
I'm 5 years old.
Patrick, so just to confirm, we are quote unquote signed into your Me
Yes.
right now? Okay. Because obviously it's pulling.
Yeah, one of the things
it's pulling your
want,
network
one
ID
of the things
there.
I'm hoping that we can test today, like, is so I purchase things on the eShop.
Yes.
how it handles if we set up logged into my Nintendo Network account on a different machine.
Right.
Does it?
How do you?
I also
Is it okay with you just just pull down whatever you purchased tied to your account?
Also, I want to after we're done here, I want to make my network ID on here and see if I can play any of those games that you bought.
So we're seeing same stuff on the bottom screen as we see on the top now through this loading process.
Because when you and Brad and I, when you were looking at the saves on the system, Mii's were attached to the saves.
Yeah, so it tags every save file on the Wii U with the Mii that it was created with.
Oh, this is weird.
Whoa. Whoa. Yikes.
So the nature of the gamepad makes it so you really want to put your middle fingers on the second triggers. Oops. And that is not how I play this game normally.
Do we have the?
We do have a couple of Pro controllers here. We can get into that, but I'm curious to see how it feels with the default stuff.
So what's
now on the bottom screen, there's another copy of the map, and our kill streaks can be called in from there as well.
Huh.
Wait, all the controls are different too. What? Why would you do that?
How different? How?
Like the button that is duck on other platforms is now switch weapons. The button that would be switch weapons is now jump. The button that would be reload is now duck. And I imagine the button that would be jump is now reload.
So did they try to maintain consistency with the letters on the buttons rather than the positions?
No, not even that. It's
because B would be crouch, right?
Right. It's that they looked at kind of the feel of moving your hand off of this stick.
Oh, okay. Dude, he's only 5 years old. What are you doing?
This thing is rumbling pretty hard. So just like the other platforms, it is kind of unstable online, which that has been a problem this weekend with it kind of being the first launch weekend for the game. It's been pretty unstable at times. Sounds like PS3 is getting the worst of it. But I was playing 360 yesterday and having some issues. So we'll see if this migrates hosts and actually keeps us in a lobby or if it's just going to dump. Yeah, just dump.
Let me know how you feel. I find clicking the sticks to be very uncomfortable on the gamepad.
Yeah, it's not...
So like when I play on a 360 or even a PS3, I prefer the 360 controller.
Right.
But I don't find that I have to think about the position of my thumbs when I want to click in. I just can do it.
Right.
And on the gamepad, it feels like the clicking in, you got to make sure your thumb is on top, so when you click down, it's a deliberate push.
Yeah.
And you got to run, like, so in Zombie U, you got to run a lot, and I found that to be problematic.
Here we have a couple of guys that are playing split screen, or I guess they could be playing one person on a Pro controller on the TV and one person on the pad.
Whoa, does that work?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's a neat selling
we should
point.
try that.
Yeah.
It's similar to the tech that they would use to let you do the dual play stuff, like with the 3D glasses,
right?
Where one person sees.
I wonder if
they're kind of adapting there.
I wonder if the frame rate suffers or any of that stuff. Like, you know. So how would we connect the Pro controller to the system right now if we wanted to? Does that have to plug into anything?
Sync button.
It just syncs.
Yeah,
it just has a USB.
It's not like a nunchuck where it has to plug into anything. Or,
No. It's completely standalone.
But it doesn't have.
wireless.
It doesn't have a headset port, so you have to plug in the headset to this.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
To use it.
Right.
Which
And
seems
they're
just like a
selling-
weird oversight.
Yeah.
They're selling Wii U specific or Wii U branded
Nintendo
headsets.
isn't, but there's like Logitech ones.
Logitech has one, like Rocket Fish is selling another one.
There's not a wireless headset for this thing, is there?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Which that would ultimately solve the issue,
Right,
even if it just has to pair with the gamepad.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to have that sitting in a cradle.
So yeah, because it's the triggers are further apart on this than they are on most other controllers. So moving back and forth from up here where you've got your grenades to down here where you're doing your aiming and shooting is a much more dramatic separation.
Trip.
Yeah, it's a much longer trip than it is on a DualShock or on the 360 controller. So, but in terms of visuals, I'm going to say this looks mostly, let's say it looks on par.
We're winning this fight.
Frame rate, by and large, seems to be holding up.
Shot that guy. That guy shot you.
I shot a guy and then got shot.
Call of Duty.
This is Call of Duty. Got shot in the back. Spawned with some dudes right near me.
Oh man, I wonder how long that guy's.
Hang on. Yeah, all right.
I wonder if the Nintendo moderators will be moderating your display name, because there's a guy who's like, XX sucks, X bitch,
really?
1X, but like it's not bitch, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
the 1 instead of the I.
I wonder what sort of systems they have in place to deal with that, if they can force a name change or B to reload. What even is B on a Nintendo-shaped controller? I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely been.
That's the trigger underneath the Wii remote, right? X to dude. Yeah. I mean, I understand. It's probably smart of them to make button changes for people using this controller, because the buttons you're going to want to use are a lot closer to where your thumb will be. But if you play this game on multiple platforms, this is going to make you fucking crazy.
But yeah, like
I don't even know.
I think you'll end up seeing, like this happens in Zombie U, what would normally be mapped to the X button or the A button on a 360 or PS3 is commonly mapped to the X button on the Wii U, because then it is just
right there.
It's
from your
right
thumb.
there.
Yeah. And that's mostly what they've done here.
There's got to be mapping options, though, right?
Yeah, there's a deep control setting. I'm sure it's fine if you wanted to set that. I just don't know that you would want to.
I would be curious to see if they have other presets and what those look like. If it's
Right.
meaningfully different from kind of what the default options they show on the other platforms.
Where'd that guy go?
He probably got shot by someone,
There he is.
either before or after he shot someone else.
Ah.
So how do the analog sticks feel for you?
They're okay. They're okay.
I feel less accurate with them.
Brad and
I
Patrick.
don't know if that's just
They're
an adjustment period or.
I mean, they feel tight like a 360 stick as opposed to like the loose Sony feel, which I think I prefer for shooters. But I feel like I mean, just not being used to the controls, I feel like I'm overshooting all the time. Like I'm just holding down the triggers a lot longer.
So Brad and Patrick, you guys have spent the most time with the system up to this point.
That is true.
Do you find anything odd about the width of the gamepad, of like how far apart your hands are, and playing games like this with the dual analog sticks?
I got used to it in like an hour.
Okay.
It's not profoundly problematic. I mean, the weight and ergonomics of the thing are pretty ideal.
Yeah.
I think so.
It is. I will say that it's a lot lighter than you would assume.
Yeah, it is pretty comfortable to hold.
I will say my right hand is starting to cramp up.
It's light, but
I'm going to hold this over here in a more natural position as opposed to over for the camera, see if that helps. But
The thing I have noticed, and this is especially profound in Zombie U, I hope developers, if they're going to make you use both analog sticks, use traditional sort of game archetypes like a shooter format, make it so that the touch controls are accessible through your thumbs, or at least the most important things you need to do can be done just with your thumbs.
Yeah.
It works fine in Zombie U because part of that game's design is if you're accessing your backpack, changing items, you've done fucked up.
Right.
And the items that you do need to access, you can access in your quick change inventory is accessible by your thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
But at any game that I've played where like it requires fast movement of your fingers, if you've got to take your hand off, you've already
because I mean,
fucked
I
up.
was looking down at the screen to call in my UAV there, and while I was doing that, I got shot. That's the thing. I mean, they put this map on the bottom screen, and also there's a classes button, a controls button, which doesn't. None of this seems to actually do anything. I mean, now I'm just like straight up. There we go. Okay, so classes, it'll bring up class selection here on the screen. Controls, I can make some sensitivity options here. Pull up my friends list, which that shows on the TV. Close controls, and then change display to show the game on the touch screen. Well, let's do that. Let's show the game on the touch screen.
I have bad news, guys.
What?
We have got error code 108-0144.
It will resume.
Okay.
So, in the event that it is,
Unable to connect to the server, please try again later.
it will. I was reading last night. People that ran into that error, it will. It should resume where it left off, as opposed to starting to download.
Shoot her down.
Hopefully, maybe.
So it looks okay on the screen. You know, you can kind of see that it is lower resolution, and you know, it's kind of cool. I don't know that I would ever want to really play the game this way.
In the situation that
But,
you like,
yeah.
if we're, do we have that Pro controller?
Yeah, we should try that.
Do we know where the other one is? That one's charged. This one, I don't know if this is. We'll see if it has charge. Box.
Shut that guy.
UAV inbound.
Not sure where it went. Maybe one of the desks. Why don't we? Do you want me to try syncing this one first? See if it works.
Oh, oh. Now it won't connect.
Now this Wii U will not get back
All
on
right.
the internet.
Well, fine. Great. We got this one on. Oh, controller detected. Press A on the Pro Controller to activate it. All right, so now I can no longer use the pad over here. And now it looks like you're playing.
So wait, you can't play anymore?
No.
Be advised.
Oh, so that's what
Once
happens
it detects a
mid-game.
Pro Controller mid-game, it just lets you go.
This feels a lot better for like clicking the sticks already immediately.
All right. And you do still get your map down here, which I don't think you're gonna have a lot of time to look at. I mean, it's in the corner of the screen for a reason. That's usually gonna be enough for you. But it's nice to actually get the whole map here instead of just the
mini map.
The mini map up there.
Area around you.
Yeah, kind of cool. 13 and 10, not bad for first game with kind of weird controls.
You want to try this split pad nonsense?
Yeah, sure.
So if you back out to the, yeah.
Add controller for split screen. So sign in additional player. Play as guest.
So I guess if Brad, if we sign up for his Nintendo Network ID,
Right,
maybe
then-
that would allow him to.
Yeah. All right. So what are your options there? It looks like you've got.
So we got double screen. One player will use the Wii U Gamepad touchscone display. All of the local players use the TV. Split screen.
Well,
No.
don't do split screen. Do.
Okay, we'll do.
Okay. Do you have to hit it again to select it or? Oh.
So I'm the guest. So you are controlling the interface now.
Okay. Let's just stick with team deathmatch because it seems like where most of the players are. I'm just happy that this one seems to continue to be connected, even if that one is acting up over there.
I mean that. So Brad, did you actually lose the Wi-Fi connection, or is it just to?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we actually never got out of the internet connection setup utility because as soon as it
connected, it said,
as
"Hey,
soon
do
as
you want to do an update?"
as soon as it had a successful connection test.
So like
yeah.
it didn't even save the settings
right,
or whatever.
Right. And now it won't get back on that network.
All right. Well, that's fine. So we got this one up and running. We can play games on. Hopefully, hopefully we can keep it that way.
Worry about this later.
Yeah. Worry about that when I get home to a proper Wi-Fi network that is not on fucking fire all the time. Jesus. But yeah, the different button configuration, not a big deal if you have not played Call of Duty elsewhere, but
Be aware of it.
be aware of it.
But if you're watching this, you're probably playing Black Ops 2 on a different machine.
Yeah, probably.
But the reason they
I think-
the
I
reason they put
honestly-
effort into them is like these games sell
Yeah.
not as well as they do on the other platforms, but sell
They
really
do
well
really
on
well
Wii.
on Nintendo, yeah. So it's
Team arrogance is their weakness.
Turn off the volume. on
Okay,
this.
there you are. We're rolling. Behind you. Going up there. Yeah, this technically, I think this looks fine. This is a fine-looking version of this game.
Do you know if Treyarch actually made this one?
I believe so.
Because
I mean, their logo
I know,
is
like, I
certainly
know,
the startup.
I don't think Infinity Ward did the ports of their games, but I know that Treyarch always eventually moved theirs in-house because they.
Yeah. See if we can belly flop me at running dive. Got that. So far, not seeing anybody.
Lack of dudes.
We've pulled forward.
So how do you feel about that? Like frame rate wise, it look fine.
Totally fine.
Like even though it's rendering that out over there, like I feel like well, maybe the frame rate's not.
Hostile UAV incoming.
Yeah, maybe the frame rate is worse. But it's still, I mean, for what it's doing, I'm gonna say it looks pretty good. Looks, you know, a lot nicer than splitting the screen. That's for sure.
UAV inbound.
Yeah, and this seems like this is a good use of the gamepad more so than having your map on the bottom. If you want to play with friends, if you are at all good at Call of Duty, split screen is not a good way to play it.
Yeah. A little jerky on the network stuff, but
Yeah, it's that's
there aren't a lot of people playing, so there's probably a limited number of hosts for us to choose from.
and if they're having issues otherwise that are unrelated to what's happening on the Wii U. But yeah, this gamepad, like the resolution, when you are looking for differences, you can certainly tell that there is compression happening.
Right.
But in the moment, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not really anything that you're gonna notice too hard.
Mm-hmm. I just think like Call of Duty is a game that can be about finding dudes when they are tiny specks.
Sure.
At the absolute edge of your vision. So anything that's going to reduce the resolution or put them
UAV
smaller on the screen is going to be kind of a hassle. I feel like we're not. Oh no, it's a full game. It is 6-on-6.
Just took out 2 dudes.
All right. Put the UAV up, so maybe we'll find some dudes over here. I wonder if this has the live streaming stuff that the other versions have, like the stream to YouTube.
That would surprise me.
Yeah, when I zoom in here and start shooting, it's definitely choppier than it is if I'm just playing by myself. Oh. So yeah, I mean the frame rate definitely does take a hit.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
rendering twice.
It's rendering it twice. So
So
naturally
in some
it's
ways,
gonna-
it's pretty impressive.
yeah, it is. I'm pretty impressed with how it looks, considering.
hostile UAV
All right.
above.
Should we keep playing this?
Yeah,
Probably get out of
let's
this.
jump out of this and see if we can find from the feature side. I'm curious to see if it has that YouTube stuff. To see. All right, so we have to go to League Play. 0 of 0 in playlist. Okay, you need to back out. Can you? Okay. There we go. League Play, Mosh Pit. Yeah, so it just doesn't have the live streaming option. It would have it down here, I think.
So COD TV is something different.
Yeah, that's like you can view saved films and stuff like that.
Can you watch streams that are happening on other platforms?
All the streams go out through YouTube, so yes, that you just have to watch it from a computer or a tablet or something. You can't actually watch the live streams from inside
So
the
on
game.
on a 360, you cannot watch a PS3
Right,
stream.
exactly.
Even though it's YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a 360, you cannot watch a 360 stream.
Oh. Oh, really?
It's all on YouTube. Like you literally, it's a fucking wreck.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like I would understand if there are licensing issues or company policies that prevent platform.
But like the stuff is weird. Like if you go turn on live streaming, then it says like you need to have 10 people watching before it'll start.
Right.
And if you stream for longer than half an hour, you might get disconnected because it's a shared resource. Like it's a bunch of really weird bullshit. But let's see what there is in the if there are any clips. There couldn't be any films up. Could there? Oh yeah.
Sunday, November 18th, 2012. So they do have this.
This is all in-game stuff. So this is not live streaming. This is just clips of someone playing the game, and it's just kind of replaying, controller inputs and stuff like that.
Cool that that stuff's still in there though. Like it's really easy to imagine. With a launch game that finds some way to gimp some of the social services out.
Yeah, but it seems like it's got the bulk of that stuff. Oh, you know what we should have seen if it had Facebook in there, in their friends list thing, which doesn't work on 360 right now. You just hit the button and it errors out. But
oh, really?
You can, like other games, you can tie your Facebook account in and it'll pull in a friends list. I just wonder if Nintendo would allow something like that.
Well, the Facebook stuff is tied into TV.
Okay.
I linked my Facebook account to it. Doesn't do anything because that TV stuff got blocked. But
the slow time seems longer. The switch from multiplayer to campaign here seems longer.
Well, it's also not installed.
Right. And that's not really an option. This game is not one of the ones that's available for sale digitally, which is
could change, but yes, it is not now.
So let's see what we got. So Control, I mean, so Classic is going to be your. If you play this game on other platforms and want the buttons to be what you think they should be, this is what you're looking for. So I will set it to that because it's making me crazy otherwise. I'm just waiting. Let's jump into campaign real quick. We're the sights down.
The stream's still going.
It is for me at least.
Stream's still going, but Brad is not getting.
Also, can't trust our internet.
Yeah.
Could be lying to us.
There's some wild internet stuff going on in here
we got
today.
a lot of people watching, so it's it's totally possible that we totally sunk the site.
It's possible, yes, quite possible. You just head over to twitch.tv/giantbomb though.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're watching this, you're already there.
Yeah, but tell your friends.
Do you want to maybe say something on Twitter?
Sure.
Yeah, I should probably should do that.
Yeah, getting people on Twitter saying the same thing, so it's not just our busted ass internet in here.
All right, I will write something on Twitter real quick.
KH-9s, this baby shits out of film cannons from 12 miles up.
Apparently, a lot of people want to see the Wii U.
I guess, yeah.
Well, I think even people, one of the also things to keep in mind about like putting too much stock in lines day of is that 6 years later, most people buy their stuff online. A lot of people aren't going to be getting their Wii U's till tomorrow.
Right, but the online stuff, like that stuff, sold out pretty quickly, didn't it?
But that's what I mean. Like the lines would not necessarily be indicative if of, for example, GameStop has already sold 1.5 million Wii U's.
Right. Yeah.
That is double what the Wii did.
Here's a man burning alive on a Nintendo console.
Holy shit.
Yikes.
This game is all about dudes burning alive and dudes dying while they are staring you in the eyes.
Pan away, video
I'm not a big
game.
fan of that, yeah. No,
Yeah, that's
thank you.
gratuitous.
There's a graphic content switch when you start at the game. If you want to turn that off, then I assume does not. I assume, I don't know, I haven't tried it, but I assume it does not dwell on.
You don't get anything out of watching that any longer than.
Other than an erection, but I mean, obviously.
Hey, we know! Slimby's leading a countercharge! He's got balls on your back! What about Woods? Do we have confirmation on his location?
Yeah, I mean, you want to try and get a hold of Dave or Andy or somebody and see if and just say, hey, Dave, sights down? I don't know.
Everything is nuts.
In the year 2025, nothing works.
This Wii U is running.
This Wii U is running, it's connected to the internet.
We
Whatever
got a
happens
patch.
from here, hey man.
We're fine.
This controller is rumbling. All right, so
What the fuck?
I've got a machete.
Well, up front, even just his opening sequence feels more open than any sequence from
Totally.
the last couple of Call of Duty games.
There are invisible barriers and stuff. You know, if you go too far out of range, but you're right.
This definitely feels a little bit
It feels
like that sequence from Modern Warfare 1. You know, you're not crawling along, navigating through tanks,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Though it does have a stealth sequence that evokes that as well. All right, do I have the access kit? Played this game too much on other platforms this early part of the game. So I'm like, wait, what happens in what order?
Mortar cruiser down. Damn it, Hudson. They got T-62 tanks. Stay close.
See what I mean? All right.
Take out the tanks, Hudson.
ZR and ZL.
I wonder if that stuff would switch to the gamepad and this would be gyroscoped.
No, because you don't really. I mean, you're just controlling the reticle. I don't know that they would gyroscope it. Well, at least I would hope not. That doesn't sound like a great.
Right now on the gamepad, it does have some stuff. It's got
objectives or
it's got your
something?
mission objectives.
Huh.
It's got some control options. You can adjust look sensitivity, inversion. They should just take that out. Why even give people the option?
Exactly.
You're just encouraging something that shouldn't exist. Look acceleration? What does that mean?
That's, you know, if you keep it held, it'll eventually accelerate faster and faster. It's, you know, it's the thing you turn off when it's a mouse.
Gotcha.
But it's okay to have on a gamepad.
MG trucks are down. You clear, Hudson?
All right, let's do another run here.
Okay, coming around again. There's heavy armor still out there.
Hit these tanks.
Tanks.
Oh,
Tanks.
I'm missing the tanks.
Tanks. Tanks.
That's a challenge I will not complete. A lot of single player, you know, challenges and stuff like that.
All right, well, maybe we get a little
These guys are getting
bit
stuck.
more into this, and I think we have now proven this is
Yeah,
this is Black Ops.
Yeah, this is a pretty competent version of the game. I think the control stuff's really crazy, but I understand why they would make those changes. Even, you know, I've changed it back to kind of the classic button configuration, and it doesn't feel quite right either because there's a lot of travel to the reload button and stuff like that. Yeah, frame rate a little dicey here, maybe a little dicier than it is on some other platforms. I don't know. I'd have to do a little more A/B comparison for that, but.
That is, of this stack of games, I am so genuinely curious to see what AC3 looks like.
Yeah.
Given that game's frame rate issues on other platforms.
Right. All right. Well, that's Black Ops 2. It is available now for the Wii U. Seems acceptable, if that's what you're looking for. And we're gonna take a quick break here and come back with more games on our hot Wii U live stream.